The underlying cause for what's brewing inside of you when you're starting to feel burnt out in ministry. Things are getting so heavy, like you can't even move forward. Your mind ends up being cloudier than normal. You're experiencing this anxiety. You feel like you can't serve with the same zeal, with the same joy, and the same capacity that you once did. A possible reason for that is that you mistakenly took your role as a leader, as a shepherd, as one who is discipling. You ended up actually taking the role of Christ in the sanctification process of your flock, rather than simply someone who is meant to model Christ, to love other people, and to walk alongside people. Many times as leaders, subconsciously, we begin to believe that we are the ones that are actually doing this transformational work in the ones that we're around. So we see the person who gave their life to the Lord, and then you integrate them in community, and you're just seeing them grow so much. And then maybe something happens to them, they fall short, whatever it is, and you begin to envelop yourself and get so invested in wanting to save people. There's a fine line between doing everything you can to love someone, to correct someone, to help them and support them on their walk with the Lord and their journey with the Lord. But at the end of the day, you cannot make decisions for people. You cannot save people. And that's kind of a hard pill to swallow when you have this heart and burden for people that comes from the Lord. And so I think what ends up happening is that internally we start to kind of inflate our actual capacity as leaders, or we start to attribute the change and transformation we see in the lives of other people to ourselves. Not that we would verbally say it, but when it gets down to the wire, when you feel like, oh my goodness, someone's struggling, they're having this particular issue with sin or something like that, you begin to kind of take that burden and responsibility and their own faults as something that you need to fully carry. And I realize that if we're not careful with this, not to say that we completely just drop the ball and we're like, you deal with it on your own, that's not godly either, and that's not the way we're meant to lead. But I think when things start to pile on top of each other, one thing after another, we end up not being effective Christians anymore. We just end up kind of losing that love that we really once had for God's people and for the Lord.